Some people were asking about a follow-up video to the double stop pentatonic thing that I posted a few weeks ago. And so here it is. It's sort of a way of getting away from just playing a chord voicing. Like, let's say like you're in like a Dorian situation. Maybe you're on like the one chord vamp situation, but give the rhythm guitar some movement. Maybe it's behind a soloist. Maybe it's, I might be doing it while I'm singing or while somebody else is singing. But just this kind of thing, right? Right, and I'm just here, it's just that, right? But if you've practiced all of this, then you can expand on that, right? And obviously, like, I have trouble not throwing other notes in there. Like I said, if you're in a Dorian situation, of course you can do all that, but it can be nice to do this one, this major third here, where you get C and E, and it almost starts to be like a triad pair thing, where you go a C triad to a B flat major triad, C major triad to B flat major triad. You're just kind of hinting at that sound, but you don't have to play the full triad to get that effect. That could be enough. And then that's sort of a resolution point, right? Because you got the G on top. If you're I'm in G minor, by the way, or G Dorian. And then you can get the, if you're feeling adventurous, you can get the ninth and the sixth together, So if you include the sixth, like the Dorian note, then you've kind of got this, right? Well, not kind of, you really do. Right? I mean, that's as simple a pattern as you can get. It sounds a little dopey when you do it that way, but like, right? So the other way I use it, which I started to do there, is I'm sort of playing the same kind of pentatonic lines, or pentatonic-ish lines, that I would normally play, sort of stock blues, minor blues type stuff, Dorian blues stuff, but I'm just harmonizing it with whatever note it does. It's kind of like dumb guitar stuff, but it sounds good. Where I say dumb because you're thinking, I'm using a shape more than I'm using a particular. I'm not thinking about a particular interval anymore, really. I'm just thinking like, and I'm using my ear. I'm letting my ear tell me when I've resolved, or when to resolve, or right, the way most of us use the pentatonic scale. Let's be honest. I'm harmonizing my basic pentatonic vocabulary with whatever note is below it in the scale. And it might be, if I'm using the E, it's going to be the C. If I'm using the F, it might also be the C, right? But if I include that blue note, that D flat, then the F could be harmonized with the D flat, and I can just go, right? You hear that all the time, right? And you can slip in and out of it, which I do, and my favorite players have always done that, right? Then there's that one. Putting the E below the B flat, right? And see, that was kind of a mistake there. I meant to just kind of resolve to the G, but my third finger was a little heavy, and I got the C instead. So that's specifically that there I try to avoid. But you know, it happens. And that's the great thing about guitar playing, is that, you know, if you make little mistakes like that, like, nobody gets hurt. Even if you make big mistakes, nobody gets hurt. If you make enough big mistakes, you might not get the gig again, and that could hurt you if you're doing it for a living. So try not to do that, I guess. Now, any scale that you practice enough and really turn inside out, and I'm not just saying like, you know, play it up and down. I'm saying like come up with ideas like this, or if you find this video helpful, or if you find, you know, some other ideas. There's virtually limitless ways to approach a scale, right? Because it's just a set of notes, and it's up to you to put them in the order that you want and apply the rhythmic concepts and feel and tone to it. That's what else I have to say about it, I suppose. Hope this was helpful.